Hello and welcome to Mark Carr Hypnotherapy. Today we have the lovely Chelsey. Chelsey was one of my clients and was struggling with anxiety and is now not struggling with anxiety. And here she is. Chelsey, thanks for coming on. How are you?
Thank you. Good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Well, this is your opportunity to give your impression of how things were for you before, what hypnosis was like for you, and how you are now. So the floor is all yours. Fire away.
So I with a lot of anxiety when I went out for food, especially traveling. Coming back from places, I don't know what it was that would set me off. I'd be really anxious and I'd always look for the nearest toilet. If there wasn't one, I'd be really worrying. Before I started hypnotherapy, I really did struggle. I was just so unhappy and it started to take control of my life. I was told by doctors I couldn't eat certain foods. Obviously now I've spoke to you, I know that's not the case. But yeah, really, really struggled with it. I got recommended by my best friend's sister, and she was, you know what she's like about you anyway. She's
Yeah.
great. She loved it. So I was like, you know what, I need to give this a try. Like, if anything's going to help me, then amazing. Um, so I called you. After our consultation, I literally bounced back into work. I was just like, yes, I feel like I'm so ready to do it. Even after speaking to you for what, 45 minutes maybe, I just felt so much more positive and ready for it. And then first session, loved it, cried my eyes out during it as well. Yeah, everyone needs to do hypnotherapy. It's amazing. Every session that we had, we went on a different journey, and I come out of it feeling so it's empowering. You come out of it and you just feel so different. I feel like stronger, strong-minded. It's just such an amazing feeling. Last session we had today, that was literally one of my favorites. It was just crazy how I come home and I said to my family, like, as I was sitting there, I could feel my body twitching, like all the anxiety was just leaving my body. Obviously after speaking to you, I've had a few not wobblies, but just a few moments.
Mhm.
But you're always there to put a positive on what I thought was a negative. So now it's such a different way of speaking to yourself. Like, you sit there, and before it would always be like, oh my God, this, and this, and it's so bad and terrible, and I'm gonna go to the toilet here and there and everywhere. And now speaking to you and having hypnotherapy, you realize such a different way of talking to yourself, having so much more control over your thoughts and how you deal with things. I think it's amazing, and I'm sad we had our last session today. I'd carry on with it every week forever if I could.
Then let's do that. Let's do that. Let's make it your spa day.
Yeah, honestly, no, it's amazing.
Absolutely wonderful. You talked about emotions, the fact that you cried during a couple of your sessions, and this is quite normal. And what we call it is an emotional pop. It's that absolute release of all those issues, and in essence, it's a sort of relief as well, isn't it? The realization that it's shifting, whatever it is. I don't know what it was, but it's shifting, and I can feel it
Yeah.
because as you said, you had a lot of twitches as well, and people have different sensations. They react differently. With you, is a lot of twitches.
Yeah.
Others just feel this real heat sometimes, and it just kind of boils up and moves upwards. But yeah, watching you today, it was quite evident. There was a lot of, oh, that's what you're. Oh, mad woman. Okay, yeah. So you also had an issue with regards to, you don't hate flying, but there was a big worry about going away, wasn't there?
Yeah, really big worry. I'm not scared of flying at all. I don't know if it's the pressure. I think sometimes with me, it's the pressure of having to be somewhere at a certain time, making sure you've got everything, and all them thoughts just going on and on in your mind. When really it's just relax, calm, take a step back, and it's really not as bad as you're making it out to be at all. Like, it is. It was horrible, and I got into such a rut with it, and even getting into, as you know, like getting in for long car journeys. That has recently like set me off, and it's like usually that would have been awful, and now it's just I sit back, talk to myself, and think, no, like you said, it's not that bad. You've got control over your mind, especially after today's session. And it's weird you say that, actually, because I forgot to tell you, I felt my stomach, but it felt like burning sensation inside, and then it just disappeared. So
Yeah.
I was like, that was, like when after hypnotherapy, when you're talking about it, that kind of comes back to you sometimes, doesn't it?
Mm.
And I was at home and I said, yeah, I felt this burning sensation, and then all the weird twitching, and it was just like going out without a fight, but it is gone, like gone.
That's awesome. I mean, what can I say? The testimony is amazing. Thanks very much for that. Everything I think is there. The main thing to remember, everybody who's watching this, is there is nothing to fear, because there is that element at the beginning, isn't there? The unknown. Even though your friend has said you've got to do this, it's amazing. There is still sometimes that little element of the unknown which can sort of make you take a step back and think, do I really want to do this? But it is the safest thing to do, isn't it? I mean, there's nothing to fear.
Oh no, I don't regret it. Yeah, you're there every step of the way. So sometimes when I get anxious, I just hear your voice and I'm like, I'm okay now. I'm fine. But yeah, no, it's amazing. I'm sad it's over.
It doesn't, like I say, it doesn't have to be. We can do something else, we can always do something else, but we can talk about that later. Yeah. I can't thank you enough for this. As I tell most of my people that do testimonials for me, it's so important to come forward and just, tell the world what it's like, because television can sometimes corrupt people's views on things like hypnosis, because they think they're going to disappear into some, dark realm from which they can't come back from. But obviously not the case, because you don't sleep. No. Thank you so much for that, Chelsey. I can't, like I said, I can't thank you enough for it. People, remember that I'm on YouTube, Instagram. I've got my website, www.markharthypnotherapy.com. And just look me up, find me, you'll find me. And if you can't find me, there's always somebody else out there as well who's probably closer to you. And you can get the help. The help is always there. Even if it's not hypnotherapy, you find something else like CBT, RTT, whatever. Help yourself, because there is help out there. Chelsey, thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gents, this is Mark Carter of Mark Carter Hypnotherapy, wishing you the greatest mental, emotional, and physical health.